Hi, everyone. This is Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my Pick a Card channel. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides for you what is next in love, what is coming your way, any evidence they have for you. I do have some charms and some initials for you, so we'll be using those in each reading. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's newly guided here for the first time. We do have three choices. We have a group A, and I'm calling it the orange candy, and I will time stamp each of the readings for you. So orange candy is this beautiful lover's card if you feel most drawn to this deck. Okay, so we have different decks to choose from, multiple decks. And group B is this, I'm calling it a multicolored candy. So beautiful glass. And I have this beautiful lover's card to choose from. So if you feel more drawn to this lover's card, and here is the back of this deck. And then I have group C, which is I'm calling it an orange striped candy. So you can choose that if that's something that you feel really drawn to. And then you have this beautiful card, this lover's card, and this is the back of this deck. So take a moment to see which card and which pile you are most drawn to for what's next in love, and I will meet you in your readings. If you picked group A, this gorgeous orange candy, this reading is for you. This was your lover's card, so you felt drawn to that. So let's see what Spirit has for you for what's next in love. What does Spirit want you to know? What does Spirit need you to hear at this time? What is coming your way? Spirit, please share with me any loving messages that you have for us at this time. What is the energy around this connection? What is it that you have for us? I am listening for you now. I have guarded. I've been guarding my heart. Maybe you've been guarding your heart, and Spirit's asking you to be more open to the types of people they're putting in front of you. Maybe they're asking you to let down your guard, fear of rejection. I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to be walk away, an abandonment energy. I think that we all have that. And then I have caution. So there's this little bit of fear coming in here with, I have a tendency to protect myself. Of course, we don't want to be crazy out there, but are we pushing away somebody who is supposed to be in our life? So that would be something that I would be taking a look at. But if it's the right person, you do get over that fear. You do get over that, looking for the red flags. I feel like it's more of looking for the red flags than anything. And maybe I shouldn't be if the red flags appear, but I'm going out of my way looking for red flags. Spirit, please share with me what's next in love. What is it that you need me to know? I have a son. It's a new beginning. I have an Ace of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. I have an Eight of Wands. This energy is going to come in quickly. Maybe that's why Spirit's saying, don't look for the red flags. If the red flags come in right away, maybe that's something that we need to take a look at. But this love could come in very quickly, and you could have feelings very, very fast. They don't want you to miss the opportunity of falling in love with somebody very quickly, I guess. So maybe it feels like it's magical, or it makes your head spin, or it's kind of a I don't know, maybe I feel like a teenager, something like that. But it's almost like all this beautiful energy is coming into you, and then you go down the path of but, what if something happens? So I guess they want you to focus on, the good energy for now. And if we start to get disappointed with somebody, then we will, of course, address that, but they don't want you to miss out on all the fun, is how I feel. A star, this could be exactly what you've been wishing for. Does it come in very quickly? I'm going to say yes. There's a sense of being caught off guard. There's a sense of, I'm going to say, someone who could be different than what you thought it would be. So it doesn't mean they're totally outside of your kind of checklist that you have for the type of person you would date, but there could be something about them that's just a little bit unexpected. It could be their religion is different than yours. It could be an age difference, something like that, that you didn't expect to fall in love with somebody that's younger than you, or maybe 5 or 6 years older than you. So it's more of it's acceptable. It's just not what I thought. I'm going to say it that way. I have an 8 of Cups. I have a 5 of Swords. And I have a 6 of Swords. That came into me as this person has recently walked away and has moved on from another relationship. So you could be meeting this person right when they're available, that window of opportunity that they're single. They see you, they see this Empress, they make up their mind that they do want to start again with somebody new. So you could be meeting them just in that perfect timing where you're both available and you both have nothing on your plate. There's nothing holding you back, Spirit just said, from this connection. So they do want you to enjoy this connection. They do want you to see that this is a very loving connection, it feels like, with that Star and Empress energy. Beautiful. I have manifesting. You've been manifesting this, and now they're saying you need to do it. So this energy comes in because you've been asking for it, and then it's don't overanalyze it, don't overthink it, do it, be in it. It's the good kind of love. Oh, I love that. So that it also feels like somebody's kind-hearted and good to you. So it could be somebody who's just very caring and loving. Befriend the word polarize. Okay, so maybe I need to take a look at that. And I have cozy up with risk. Take the risk. Yeah, I'm going to say they do want you to drop your guard with this particular person. And they do want you to accept it. I have fierce serenity and find your sacred flow. So there's something about this person that isn't going to take away your peace of mind, or your sense of purpose. This person is going to respect your spiritual energy. They're saying they are going to acknowledge almost a little bit of an earth angel energy. Maybe they, I don't want to say make fun, but poke fun at that you're so intuitive, or nothing can get by you, or something along those lines. Spirit, can I have some clues, personality, any energy that you want to share with me at this time? I have a single father. They could have a child. Okay. They could be somebody who's very caring, loving. Their children come first, of course. But maybe they have a great relationship with their children, and you admire that about them. But for some of you, that could be part of the equation, that somebody has a child. I have I'm in love with you, falling hard. I'm going to say a crushing heart. I would say that. I feel like it's passionate right from the beginning. I do feel like there's this kind of like teenage super crush. And that's why they don't want you to second guess it. They want you to enjoy those feelings. We don't fall in love very often. So it's something that I wouldn't want you to, push away. Is this person have an old soul? Are they wise, responsible, courageous, confident? I love all of these traits. So I'm going to fall in love with somebody, they're saying, who's there for you. Even though they have a responsibility, there's a sense of, I know that this person would be there for me because they're there for other people. And they're not the type of person who would drop the ball. Let's see if we can get some initials. Let's grab a handful of initials. So these could be first initials, last initials. Maybe we'll get lucky and you can spell your person's name. So let me just grab a handful of these. And we'll put these in the tray. And let's see what we have. I have an A, an I have a J, I have a Z, an F, I have another J, I have a G, I have a U, I have an M, P, D, I have an N, Z, X, and another X. Okay, so for some of you that could connect to you, you could have gotten some initials that gave you some kind of clue, but this is a singles reading, so it's a forecast reading. So this person, for many of you, hasn't come into your life. So we just want to have some of those clues. Spirit, tell me a little bit more about this energy, personality, anything you want to share with me. I have them at a fork in the road. I'm ready to make a decision. So I have a Capricorn energy here. Opportunity, multiple choices. I'm going to go with the turning point and a change of circumstances, because there's definitely this feeling of we both have that window of time that we're both available. So this person could have been in another relationship, but that's ended. They'd like to be in a different relationship, obviously meet you. And it is a turning point for them. So I'm going to say you meet them right at the right time, at the right place, when they're not in a relationship. You're not in a relationship. And I'm just going to say trusting divine timing with that. I have the mother lode. I love this. The Virgo energy. I hit the jackpot. This person could be a money maker. All right. I have on easy street, accomplished, could have plenty. Okay. Good fortune ahead, successful. So this could be somebody that you admire. It could be somebody that you respect. It could be somebody you're impressed by. Like, wow, you're a lot more successful than what I had ever imagined. But they're also very generous spirits saying, and they aren't going to, they're going to share whatever they have with somebody. They're very generous. I have a fish hook. You've hooked me, Aquarius. I feel powerless. I feel paralyzed. You could definitely be the person who hooks this person. Maybe I feel like I've never felt this way before, or there's something about you, but you definitely have hooked them. I feel probably right from the beginning, right from the start, that there's this kind of magnetism and energy that pulls us together. You have an old soul energy again here with this old car and this Pisces energy. And there's a feeling of nostalgia. There's a feeling of, I guess I want more traditional things in my life. This person could just, maybe they don't enjoy being a single parent. Maybe they want to have a family and a home and have more of a traditional life, with two people raising children and having a house and helping each other. So there's a sense of, I like old things. I have old-fashioned values. I believe in kind of tradition. So I'm going to say there's nothing wrong with that. That's for sure. I think that's always a good thing. Spirit, please share with me some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. I know that these have some additional letters. They also have some signs. So let me get a nice scoop and see if we can get some additional clues for you. So I have the letter A. I have an F. I have a G. I have a Virgo energy. I have a Cancer energy. And let's see. I think I saw another letter. Okay, here's an end, an N. Okay, so it says, find joy in the journey. Spirit just said to me, I appreciate things. I appreciate you. I appreciate time. Maybe I'm very grateful. Maybe I appreciate anything you do for me. You know, you cook me dinner, you know, you folded my laundry because, you know, it was just there, you know, whatever. It's a feeling of I appreciate you. So that feels nice. I have the number 30. I have the number 11. I'm ready to set sail. I'm ready to sail, you know, get on this boat with you. I want to put the anchor with that also because I do feel like there's a stability energy around this person that will set sail, and where we stop, we will get off and we will put down the anchor and we will settle in. So there's a sense of let's go on this journey and see where the wind takes us, and then we'll settle down. I have a beautiful heart. I have an open heart, is how that just came into me. It says, follow your heart. So, of course, follow your heart. I have a guitar, so we could have somebody who can play the guitar, an instrument of some kind, acoustical guitar, they're saying. Okay. I have a question mark, and I feel like that's going back to the fear in the beginning that, you know, is this the one? And am I going to get hurt? And, you know, Spirit's saying just try to focus on what's right in front of you. Try to focus on the magic. Here's a magic wand. You know, try to focus on your one of a kind. Here's a snowflake. This person's turned over a new leaf. They are wondering, you know, is this a good path to take as well? I mean, I think you both go through that. I think you both I don't think anybody enters a relationship and knows 100%. I mean, nobody knows that. So I think we both question it, but we're going to give it a try. And I have a Plato ring. That feels like a commitment, feels like a committed ring. It feels like a commitment ring, I don't know, something special, maybe an anniversary present in the future. I have a nest, creating a nest, a little bit of creating a home together here. So that feels nice also. And then this is some kind of reindeer. I've had this before. It says, what does it say? After all this time. Oh, I kind of like that. It's almost like after all this time you came into my life. So maybe you've been really waiting for this person. You know, this is somebody that you've been really hoping for and waiting for. So after all this time, maybe it's finally here. It's finally happening. Let's see what the time cards say. Let's see what they want you to know about time. Let me grab those. Spirit, please share with me anything you have for me about time. I am listening. Let's see. I have it's time. Yeah, there's a sense of that little window that we're both available, and we don't have anybody that we're attached to. We don't have any feelings for anybody else. You know, it's just we both have that clean slate. So it feels good. I have the number 6 days, 6 weeks. Number 24. I have the number 27. I have summertime. Maybe we know by the summertime we really want to stay together. Could meet anytime. I have the number 10. Let's get one more. And I have a number 1. I'm going to say January. It's time in January. How would that be? Let's put this out to the universe. Let's ask Spirit to guide you to this kind of energy, this kind of love. Feels beautiful. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. Hi, everyone. If you picked Group B, this reading is for you. So you picked the multicolored candy, and you picked this beautiful lover's card, and we're going to see what is next in love for you today. So let's call in our spirit guides. Let's see what they have. We're going to pull some charms, some initials. any energy around this connection. Please use this reading to help you to manifest a love that you are worthy of, or to confirm a love that's come into your life for those singles out there. So let's see what they have. Spirit, please share with me loving messages. What is the energy for my pile B? What is it that you have for them today? I am listening for you now. I have trust, the number 37. I feel like I can trust you. Very much take my hand. You know, I'm not out to hurt you, especially if I'm your, this Lover's card is true. So I am out to not hurt you is how it's coming into me. I'm not going to control you. Yeah, it's almost like, not that they have to prove to you, but they're different from something else. You could have been with someone in the past that you had a hard time trusting, that all they wanted to do was control you. So I feel like they're right from the beginning setting themselves apart, okay, that they need to show you that they're not that person, and they have something more to offer you. I have daydreaming. You're always on my mind. I like that. It's a little bit of butterflies. It's a little bit of I have a crush on you. So I do feel that. I do feel like since you've come into my energy, I'm having a hard time, thinking about anything else, or I really am wondering where this is going to go. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 4 of Swords. I have a King of Pentacles. I have a 4 of Pentacles, and I have a Queen of Cups. It feels like this king is determined to break down the wall. This is a feeling of, I have more to give. And this is a sense of, I know you have been protecting yourself. I know you've been taking care of yourself. It could be you're on a budget. It could be that you have to pay all your own bills. You've been single for a long time. You guard your money. You are very wise with your money, things like that. So this king is coming into me as that they have a lot to offer, but they also understand this. They respect it. They understand it. You could have less than them. I mean, it just, maybe they make a little bit more money than you, or they have investments that you don't have. That happens a lot. But they would never look down on you, but they get where you're coming from and they respect that. They also see this beautiful heart coming in with this Queen of Cups. They're looking at your heart. They're put it this way, they're not falling in love with you for your money. Okay. They know that maybe you're just paying your bills, or you have, enough to take care of yourself, but you don't have enough to take care of others, so it's a sense of, I'm doing the best I can. I have bills, everything's taken care of, but they're not falling in love with you because they need you to take care of them. That is not they're very independent financially. So they're falling in love with you for other reasons other than the material world. Spirit, please share with me. I have freedom. Okay, this is an extra card in this deck. Maybe they like your independence. I have a 9 of Wands. I have an Ace of Pentacles. And I have a 7 of Wands. I feel like this king has something to offer. I really do. I think they respect tremendously that you have been independent and single and taking care of yourself. All of those things. I think they definitely are proud of that. But I also feel like they want to make it easier for you somehow. There's a sense of you don't have to work so hard, or you don't have to do it alone. And it feels like over time this happens. It feels like over time, it's kind of like when 2 worlds become one and we start sharing expenses, or we buy a house together, or we move in together, so that it's almost like you get a break because you don't have all the weight on one person's shoulders. This person brings you a sense of peace. There's a sense of peace that comes with that. So this person's stability is calming to you. This person is not struggling. So you don't have another energy coming into your life that they're worried about their bills. They're worried about money. They're a very peaceful energy. They could have their life really working. They have a great job. Everything's fine. Things are good. So I do feel like they have a strong balance within them. They could be, there's a sense of guiding. There's a sense of a calming, guiding energy to you. So this person could be a good advisor in a sense, somebody you can talk to about just life, things that happen in our day that we have to take care of. So there's a sense of teamwork or advising as well coming into me. So they could be very smart. They could be very wise. That would be nice. I have a Tower. I think they respect where you came from. I do. I think if you had a difficult past, a difficult relationship, and it took a lot to break free and to get on your own and to kind of reestablish yourself to where you are today, I really feel there's this tremendous respect for you. And that could be something that they say. It's like, wow, you've been through a lot, and I really give you a lot of credit because you're not there today. So whether you rebuilt your life or you had to start from scratch, something like that. I have a Knight of Cups. There's this beautiful calming charm about this person. There's this beautiful, I don't know, romantic peace. Is that a thing? There's a sense of peacefulness and calm and romance. And I don't know, maybe when you're in this person's arms, everything feels like it's going to be okay. They hold you, and there's a sense of, for the first time in a long time, that just everything's going to be okay. You're not here anymore. You're not in the past. Like, that's so far behind you is how it's coming in. So yeah, sometimes we just, meet that one person that has this beautiful calming energy over us that helps us to realize, like, that life doesn't have to be a struggle, that life can be comforting and calm, especially if you had somebody in your past where everything was always a situation, it was always drama. There was always problems. There was always a crisis. It's so nice to be with somebody that has this kind of calming energy, because they've created a life for themselves where they don't want that crisis in their life. They want calm. So you're going to just enjoy that along with them. Spirit, tell me more about this energy. Fall in love with your own story. I feel like this person really admires you. I feel like whatever you've gone through, there's no regrets from the past. I feel like this person sees you for who you are. They can walk in your shoes. But at the same time, they have this amazing respect for how far you've come. Make a mission statement for your soul. You know who you are. That feels like I know who you are. When they ask you, who are you and what's important to you, you can answer that in one sentence. The most important thing to me is my kids, my grandkids, like whatever it is, helping others, something like that. But if you know who you are at this stage, your past supports your future. Absolutely. There is something about your story that I'm going to say hooks this person. There's a sense of, you're the type of person I want to be with because I know that you're a survivor. I know that you can get through anything. I want a partner in life that no matter what hits us, we can do it together. So I think they like, the head on your shoulders, or how you think, or how you can take care of yourself. Bravely market your magic. They could be seeing your magic. Maybe you hold back. You aren't good at talking about yourself or pointing out. You feel like you're bragging. You feel like you are, I don't know, being obnoxious or something. But this person wants to see your magic. They want to hear your magic. They want to know what makes you tick. They want to see, what is important to you. They want to see what's on the inside. So I want you to not be afraid of kind of patting yourself on the shoulder and letting this person see the real you. Spirit, please share with me the energy around this connection. I have a caregiver. Okay. They could be a father, kind, loving, warm-hearted. It could be somebody, for those of you that are single, looking to have a family in the future. This could be a future parent. That's somebody that would make a great father of your child or mother of your child. So it's a sense of they're very compassionate, they're caring. You could see them as somebody we could have a family with. I have an epiphany. I love this. A knowing, a moment of clarity, seeing a sign. You could start to see signs. You could see this person's name once you meet them. It's kind of that when you buy a new car, you never saw your car before, and then all of a sudden you buy that car and you see your car on the street everywhere you go. So you could be seeing their car. You could be seeing their name everywhere. You could be seeing 1111, butterflies, hummingbirds, rainbows, and all kinds of signs that are kind of pointing you in the direction that you just met your person, or this is the person who you're supposed to be with and stay with, something like that. I have a boss, hardworking. I would definitely be in agreement with this. Somebody who's wealthy, some kind of businessman, somebody who has a good head on their shoulders. I would be in agreement with that this person has their act together. I have a student. They could have a, advanced educations. I would look more for that. I don't necessarily know if they're a student now. I'm not feeling that as much as advanced education on either side. That could be you, that could be them. Maybe you have equal educations and that's something that you talk about, but I do feel advanced educations in this connection. So that could be important to you guys. Spirit, please share with me. Let's get some initials. Let's see what they have. Okay. So first initials, last initials as clues. So the letter C, O, I have a Z, X, I, G. I have an H, a D, a J. I have an F. I have a W. I have the letter S, B, and I have a letter P. So for those of you that may connect to somebody that might be on your mind, let me know in the comments if we got that today. That's always fun. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. Anything that you need me to know? What is it that you need me to hear? Okay, the number 5, it's changing at this time. The situation is in a state of flux and anything could happen. A little bit of a roll the dice energy there. So it could be, I've got to take a risk. It's a little bit of a gamble. Maybe you're still questioning, is this the right one? Well, you don't know until you try. Everything about this person feels really steady and sincere, they're saying. So I think it would be a hard person to say no to as far as risk. I think it's pretty low risk, but there's always something in the back of your mind that says you're always risking your heart. I would say that. I have a Leo energy, the weight of the world, stress, challenges, responsibilities, obligations, hardship. I feel like that's on one side and not the other as much. I mean, everybody has, their own kind of weight of the world, but you could have more challenges, more stress for whatever reason. And this person has more calmness in that area of their life. And maybe that's, it helps. It makes it a little bit more balanced. It makes it a little bit more easier. Where I said earlier, you don't have to carry the weight of the world all on your shoulders, that you'd have a partner in life to share things with. I have baggage. I want to make sure this person doesn't have baggage, right? Um, yeah, I want to make sure that, it's a long journey. I want to go to my next phase. I get it, and I think that you can tell in a short period of time if somebody, they're always talking about their ex, or they have like resentments about an old divorce or something like that, and they just don't ever shut up about it. So you gotta look for those things. But I'm going to say that this person's pretty calm with that temperance earlier. I'm hoping they've worked through a lot of those issues. They're moving on to the next phase of their life. So I would say even if they did have a difficult time in the past, that they've learned to let it go, just to be for themselves. Within a few months, the situation or event has potential to develop or unfold within a few months. So I like the sun rising in the background. The number 5 could be the month of May is important to somebody. That feels nice. Let's get one more of these. And I have a Black Widow with an Aquarius energy. Twisted, cunning, toxic, controlling, poisonous, baggage, and yeah, I mean, some people have some really old wounds and they hold on to it, but it's very low vibration. But you're going to be able to hear it in their voice. If they're bitter, they're angry, they're resentful. I mean, that's not something that you're going to want in your life. It's Spirit's giving me every indication that this person is more charming and more compassionate than bitter, than angry. So, but yeah, I mean, I would say we always want to look out for those things. Here is a beautiful bowl of charms, and this has a lot of things in it. So I'm going to grab a nice spoon and let's see what they're saying to you. So next in love, let's see. All right, I've got some numbers. Let's start with the numbers. I have the number 3, could be March, 3 weeks. The number 7, July, 7 weeks, 7 days. The number 37 could be an age. I have every journey starts with one step. Let's give this a try. There's definitely a feeling of, hey, we both have been in adult relationships. We both, have had a long journey, so to speak. We both are not little kids. Let's take this one step at a time. I'm going to put this kind of romantic heel with that feeling as well. It's kind of like I see you as my Cinderella. But it's also kind of a one-step energy to me. So I'm going to put that. Never give up. I'm going to say that, again, this person admires you for something. And I feel like maybe that's your mantra. Like, I just never gave up on myself. I never gave in. I just constantly kept showing up for life. And I somehow got through something difficult. I have Pisces energy. I'll take that. I have a find joy in the journey. Yeah, so we have a couple journey cards for, each step is a journey, one step at a time. I have make a wish, wishes come true. And that's true that, we are manifesting and there is a day that our wishes come true. Absolutely. Oh, let's see. I have a koala. This is coming into me as just very affectionate. This little koala. Maybe they give you really big bear hugs, or when they hold you, they're just kind of put their arms around you and just, really give you that like kind of warm, welcoming hug. I love how you hold me. Like, this feels like I love how you hold me. That feels nice. I have some flowers. This feels like love is blooming. I'm going to go with spring for some reason. I have a bird. Yeah, the birds are singing. I've got a couple of flowers blooming here, and I'm just going to go with that. Favorite foods. I have a watermelon, but part of me feels like it's a pizza more than a watermelon. Because maybe if I turn it over, just the shape of a pizza, I feel like it's pizza more than the watermelon. I have a ballerina, and I'm just going to use the word grace. This person could see you as you're very graceful, you're very polished, you're very elegant, something like that. So they may love that about you. I have a drink. It feels like a first meeting is a drink, a cocktail. Maybe we just met for drinks for a date, our first date, something like that. And then I do have a diamond, and I do have a home. So I am feeling a future together. I'm going to say it that way. And I have this big, beautiful, I have this big, beautiful diamond, shiny, like this rock. And here it is. So I have this home, and that's charming as well. And so I am going to say that this is going to lead to a commitment in the future, or this is the love that you have been waiting for. This is the love you're looking for. So we're going to have a ring on your finger. I like that. I'll take that, Spirit. Thank you. And let's see when. Let's see if they'll give me a timeline. Spirit, when is this happening? When is this coming our way? I have August. Could be a birthday month also. I like all the colors. There's a sense of creativity. It could be somebody who wears, isn't afraid to wear like bright color shirts, or they have, there's no fear of color, like somebody who they're not afraid to wear a pink shirt. They look great in a pink shirt, something like that. So no fear of color for some reason. I have the number 16. I have spring. I am definitely going with this spring energy between the flowers, the birds singing. There's something going on with me there. I have June blossoming. It's not that far away. It's not that far away, is it? I have October. This could be my favorite time of year. This feels like I love October. I love Halloween. I love the fall. I love the leaves. That feels like that's my favorite season more than anything. Bottom of the deck, I have next month in the number 12. So February 12th, maybe that's coming up. January 12th, if I'm recording this, so something on the 12th, something like that. So let's put this out into the universe. It feels beautiful. It does. I love the commitment. I'm definitely going to commit to the springtime energy, like love is blooming in the spring. So we'll put that out there, and let's thank Spirit together. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you picked Group C, this orange striped candy, this reading is for you. And this Lover's card with this deck, this reading is for you. So we're going to see what's next in love, what's coming your way, what loving energy may be around you at this time. What is it that Spirit wants you to know? We have some charms and some initials, so we will be using those as well. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you need us to know? Who is coming towards us? What is our next love? Tell me about the energy around this connection, any evidence, anything you want to share with me, feelings, how would they come into our life, what they may be like. I am listening for you now. I have security. I'm offering you security, a nest. I also like this little feather that's kind of jumping out. It's almost like a lost loved one from the spirit world has sent you this person. So you could feel like, if you've lost somebody very close to you and you say, oh my God, my mother would have loved you. My father would have loved you. I wish they could have met you, so it's something like that. But there is a sense of security, like building this nest together. I love that. I have differences. I'm going to say that that's the past. Like when somebody says to you, what happened to your past relationship? The flame died out. We grew apart. We lost interest in each other. We met young, whatever the answer is, but it feels more connected to my past. They were controlling. They didn't allow me to be the person that I want to be. I wanted more. So I feel like it's more telling your story than anything. I have them daydreaming about you. Okay. So how about I'm daydreaming about, this kind of home together, or could we have a future together? So I would definitely, I think that happens fairly quickly when you meet somebody. You kind of go down the road of, you try not to, but you do go down the road of, can I see myself with this person? So I do feel like you're doing that. I do feel like they're entering into a vulnerable stage, is how it just came into me. So we're going to get to a place where we do share our experiences about other relationships and what happened and what we went through, things like that. I have a hermit. We're both available. That came into me as we're both available. I have an empress. I have a two of wands. And I have a page of wands. They use the word interest. I'm interested in you. I'm curious about you. I'm attracted to you. But it was more like you've kind of piqued my interest feeling. So I also felt that you are definitely somebody I could see myself with. So I think that not only are you thinking, could I see myself with this person's thinking the same thing. You're somebody that I could definitely see myself with. You're somebody that I could grow to love. I could see and plan a future with. This also feels like I love your loving energy. I like your big heart. They could see you as, I love you inside and out, so they could see immediately what's going on in the inside, and they love you for more than just your looks. So, but the hermit, I'm going to say we're both available. I'm going to say we both have been alone for a while, Spirit's saying. So maybe we both have been single for a while, kind of waiting for the universe to work and line us up. I would say it that way. So I've got an 8 of Cups. I have a Wheel of Fortune. I have an Ace of Pentacles. That's coming into me as an offer. I feel like we are connecting on a couple different levels. I'm going to say even in the business world for a second, it's a little bit of a fate and destiny brought us together, but possibly for someone out there, you could have connected to an opportunity or through an opportunity connected to work, okay, money, new door opening, changing jobs, changing positions, changing locations, something like that. Walking away from another job to take a new position, and then it kind of opens the door to meeting this new person. So it feels like there was a decision made. It created this motion, almost like, the spinning wheel of fortune here starts to get going, and then this person arrives in your life. So something that creates motion. I have a 3 of Cups. Yeah, I'm really happy to meet this person. I have a 9 of Wands. I have a Fool. It's a new person. It's not the past coming back. The 9 of Wands, they said, is I have a battle ahead, and I'm asking Spirit what they mean by a battle. Now, somebody may have some health issues, or somebody may be battling with siblings over a, inheritance. I mean, I don't think it's life-threatening or anything like that, but maybe it's one of those things where it could be somebody finishing out a divorce. It could be they have to wrap up their divorce and they're still battling it. But it felt a little bit like, I just got to get this off my plate to be free. It doesn't mean they can't start a relationship. It's just something that would be hanging over somebody's head until it's cleared up or finalized, something like that. I have a Death card. Yeah, I'm going to put that with this. It could be connected to an ending of some kind, whether it's a relationship. It could be somebody that they lost, a family member that I lost. You know, I've got to clean out a house, you know, settle an estate, something like that. But it is, I feel like it's a battle of some kind. It's just a burden on somebody's shoulders. But I want to get to a place where I am celebrating this love and this new beginning. And I don't want anything to hold me back. You know, I don't want what's on my shoulders or what's on my plate to hold me back from realizing that this is really true love or that this is really good for me. And once whatever's off my plate, you know, we can live the life that we want to live. So I don't want you to hold back. I mean, because this feels like it's temporary. It's not forever. I have an Emperor and a Page of Pentacles and a Ten of Pentacles. This felt like, I feel like this Emperor is definitely on a small scale creating a sense of abundance in this connection. It would be the person who's really good at maybe saving or investing money. It would be the person who sees a future, like we would buy a house together, or that would be a good investment for both of us. So I feel like this Emperor is seeing kind of the big picture of us having abundance together, is how I want to say it, and that we will have it all. You know, we can have a beautiful home, maybe we can travel, maybe we have goals or experience, you know, goals for different things that we'd like to have in our life, you know, that we can share. So I feel like we have plans. This is a planner, somebody who plans ahead. Spirit, please share with me, what is it you need me to know about this connection? I'm going to cozy up with the risks. So even they say I have something on my burden on my shoulders, I feel like it's not enough to walk away from this Fool and this Three of Cups. Like, I still want to celebrate this union. I still want to celebrate this meeting. So it's not enough to walk away. They're not putting you in a third party situation. You know, it's nothing like that. And it is a feeling of whatever's on their plate will pass. It will go, we will get through it. Step ahead is all you need. Just take it one step at a time. Focus on the future. One step ahead is all you need. So I'm going to just keep focusing on where we can be together. Like, this is a sense of, this is someday we can have it all energy. So I'm just going to say it that way. Fearless expression. I do not think that this Emperor is going to hold back. This is somebody who says, I'm in love with you, and tells the world they're happy with you, that they'll tell you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, that, you know, we just have to get through something in order to do that. So I feel like they're not afraid. This isn't somebody who's going to be holding back their emotions. Could be a fire energy. Okay, so I could have an Aries, a Leo, or a Sag coming into this connection. And what does this say? Bottom of the deck is fall in love with your own story. How about this is our story? You know, that we've come into this connection and we'll create our own story. You know, and that's true with any relationship, is that every two people are going to have their own story. And that's part of the excitement of a new relationship. Let's get some initials. So this could be first initials, last initials. Maybe you'll spell a name of somebody on your mind today. But let's get some initials and see what they're saying. And let's put these in order. I have an O, W, F, an X. I have a Z, letter J, an A, H. I have a D, Q, S, Z, letter C, X, P, and another C. So for some of you, that definitely could have meaning. And if it does, let me know in the comments. I always like to hear that I always get these comments that say, oh my God, you got my person, or oh my God, you got, you spelt my whole name. That's always fun for me. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. What is it that you need me to know? Anything about personalities, things to look forward to. They're giving me two cards at the same time. I have a seeker, solo, individual. This person has probably been a hermit, and they probably have been single for a while. So they're not afraid to do things by themselves. They could have traveled by themselves. They could go kayaking by themselves. They could go for bike rides by themselves. It's when you're single, you learn to, be your own best company. So they're not afraid to be alone, but they want somebody in their life. Somebody connected to the justice system. Maybe they are an attorney. They could be connected to the court system, police system, something along those lines. Or that could be part of the battle is I've got to work with my attorney and get through something. So it could be part of the battle. Spirit, please share with me. I have a nice guy. Oh, I want the nice guy. Nice girl, nice guy. Stable, content, a gentleman, fair, respectable. Marry the nice guy. Date the nice guy. Maybe that's something you have to say to yourself. Like, for once, I'm going to date the nice guy, because I keep attracting either toxic people or the wrong person. And, maybe you have a tendency to attract the bad boy, so to speak. And I really need to date the nice guy and be treated well. So I would go for the nice guy. Nice guy always wins. A family man, somebody who admires their family, loves their family, being there for their family. They could be very close to their family. That could be something that's important to them. I have a Romeo, Prince Charmer, a hunter. So they're chasing you. You feel like they're seducing you. They could be the best lover. So this could be a very intimate feeling. It could be that this is the most intimate I've ever been with somebody. I do like the sense of balance. I will say that, between it's sensual, yet there's a foundation here of stability with family and traditions and things like that. So I do feel like I've got somebody who's pretty balanced. That feels nice. Let's see what else they want you to know. What is it that you need me to hear? Let's see. I have an Aquarius. Okay. Following the rules, holding it together, people pleaser. Every time I pull this card, I just feel like I want to unbutton that corset and let you breathe. And maybe this person allows you to do that I have to, I don't know, behave a certain way or act a certain way around people, whether it's work or my family, or you feel like maybe it was somebody in the past that somebody was always judging you, or, what you were wearing, what you were saying, what you were doing. I don't feel that with this. I feel like I'm going to let you take that corset off and breathe. Like, just take a deep breath and just be yourself. And as long as you're yourself, there's nothing that you have to worry about. Like, you don't have to worry about what you say or do with this person. You don't have to worry about walking on eggshells. So I think that that's something that is important to everybody. You got to be yourself in a relationship. I have a Gemini energy. I've gone through a broken heart, and I don't want to be there again, right? But I think everybody can say that. I think that you can share your experiences, Spirit saying they can share their experiences, but you're not there today. You've got this Romeo coming in. You've got this nice guy coming in. This person isn't out to break your heart, okay? They understand that you've been hurt, but they're not out to break your heart. So sometimes we just have to look at what's in front of us, not what was behind us. I have a thunderstorm. I went through a lot, right? I'm going to say a conflict. I had to overcome a lot. Maybe I had a Virgo energy that I struggled with this kind of lightning energy, but it also gave me a chance to be the person that you are today. And maybe this person did you a favor. Maybe this person pushed you back out into the real world so that you would meet your Romeo, so that you would meet your family guy, So sometimes people are taken away from us and we don't understand it, but it really is for the best. I have tandem bicycle. We're connected. This Taurus energy, we're in sync. Partnership, unison, togetherness, harmony. Yeah, we're connected, right? We're connected. So you could feel like you really have never felt this close to anybody before. They really truly are your partner. They truly are somebody that you're going to walk through life with. How beautiful. I have changing at this time. The situation's in a state of flux and anything could happen. So that felt more like I'm just waiting for this to move forward. So for some of you, it could be that you met this person, you're kind of daydreaming about them, wondering if this is the one. I do feel like the energy is going to shift in the direction of it starts to pick up speed, Spirit just said. So if there's somebody that you've met recently that you want to know more about, I would say it's going to start to pick up speed. I have a Fortress, the Aquarius energy. Somebody has been, I don't know, I have to break into this fortress. I see it two ways. One, maybe somebody has to break down a guard, or two, this is a very protective, divine masculine energy that I'm determined to protect you. I'm determined to create this castle that would last forever. It stands the test of time. So there's a couple ways that I can read that. I have a headache. Okay, Virgo, self-care. I don't know if it's an ongoing issue as much as maybe somebody who struggles with migraines every once in a while. That could be you, that could be them. It feels more like if I'm healthy otherwise, but sometimes something triggers a migraine, like you can't have a glass of wine, or somebody's perfume sets you off, or stress. So maybe somebody has a tendency, if they're going to be ill in any way, it's going to show up in a headache, So that could be just a way of saying nobody's perfect. Everybody's got something going on, but maybe a headache in particular is something somebody complains about. I have baggage with a Pisces energy. Taking on responsibility, a separation from something, unresolved issues, feels a little bit of an attachment to somebody. The only thing I can think of is somebody that would cause you a headache because of the baggage attached to it. So you could be raising a child with somebody and that person's very difficult, and that person just doesn't make life easy for you. And they have a lot of old wounds and old pain. And, after you get off the phone with them, it definitely caused you a headache. So it could be more along the lines of somebody in your life that every time, could be a mother, they're saying, a father, every time you talk to them, it's kind of something, So it could be somebody that just is your pain in the head, pain in the neck, right? Spirit, please share with me. What do we have? I have a roadblock. Is there any obstacles? Capricorn energy, a temporary setback. One step forward, two steps back. And I'm going to say that that's probably connected to any kind of legal issue or something that is temporarily a challenge. So, but I always feel that we can get over any obstacle. If you love each other enough, I feel like you can really achieve anything you set your minds to between the two of you. Bottom of the deck, I have a bedroom energy. Okay, I have a Virgo energy coming in here with this sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, contentment. Okay, so this feeling of maybe it's satisfying. Maybe this is the best lover you've ever had. Maybe that's how you know, like, I've never been this intimate with somebody. I've never felt this way before. So it could be something along those feelings, just as far as intimacy goes. Let's get some charms. Let's see what our charms are. I've got this beautiful bowl in my magic scoop. And let's see if they'll give me some signs. Let's see if they have some clues for us. Okay, tell me what you need me to know for what's next in love, Spirit. Okay, this is a knot. I feels like I want to say tying the knot. I'm going to say tying the knot. I felt like I have a bottle of champagne. I have tying the knot. So I'm going to go with this. Okay. Honeymoon in Paris. You know, it's just kind of a daydream, but it does feel like this could be somebody that I end up with. This could be, you know, the person I spend the rest of my life with. I have a Gemini. I have a Sagittarius. And I have a Libra. So we will take that. Okay, some cocktails. I feel like we both like cocktails. I'm going to say maybe we like to go out. Maybe we like to go to different bars. Maybe we like to go out for cocktails and appetizers. We have a cocktail before dinner when we go out. So maybe you both enjoy that. I have a flute player. It feels more like music to my ears, like sweet music, I want to say. It could be the sound of your voice. They could like the sound of your voice. Felt like sweet music is what I want to say. And this is 2 hearts. Okay, and this says something about a sister is someone to dream, cry, sing, and laugh with. But part of me feels like it's a sister in the spirit world. Somebody who has lost their best friend, but their best friend was their sister, or somebody who had a best friend that you were so close you felt like it was your sister. So it feels like this person's very close to you right now, and it feels like this person, you know, will continue to love you and watch over you. So that felt nice. I have a seashell. They're saying the word travel, okay? Travel to beaches, travel to, you know, different islands, something like that. This feels like a hurricane. I want to travel to these islands, but not during hurricane season. Like there's a sense of I'm aware of the different seasons and I'm even going to put the pineapple there. It feels very tropical, but I feel like I'm very aware of the weather for some reason. And maybe it's somewhere I've been, but they got hit by a hurricane. Maybe it's something that's close to my heart, somebody I know that was hit by a hurricane. I have Cinderella's shoe. I would definitely say this is a sense of fairy tale. At the number 7, this is 6 on this 6, 7. So this feels like a domino dice 6, 7. So June, July, something happening there. I do have a onesie. I have a baby in the future for some of you after we tie that knot and go on our honeymoon. So for some of you who would like to have a baby, you have that coming. I'm going to put this with this. I feel like it's a baby boy. And we are going to have a baby boy. So for some of you, I know some of you are not in the market for trying to have a baby, but some of you are. So take what connects to you, leave the rest for everybody else. You know the rules. This is, this feels nice. This feels tying the knot. I like that. Maybe I needed to hear that there's a love out there that's a commitment. Spirit, when is this love coming towards us? When is it that this love will appear? Anything about the timing? I have the number 23, number 14. It's a surprise. Okay, so maybe unexpected, when you least expect it, something like that. I have the number 15, the number 30. Wintertime. Okay, so we're in wintertime now. So part of me feels like any time. I have the number 2. I'm going to go with February. I'm going to say that February has a lot of energy for some reason. I'm picking up on that red bow, maybe Valentine's Day. Maybe I'll be with this person for Valentine's Day. But yeah, I'm gonna go with anytime in the very near future. I feel like it's very close by. I'm going to put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Thank you for your comments. Claim it, own it, it's yours. Anybody interested in a private reading with me, you can check out my website at kathymamolenspsychicmedium.com. Also check out my other channels, my main channel and a twin flame channel, and I'll put the links to those in the description below. I hope you enjoyed today's reading, and we will see you again real soon in another Pick a Card.